Yeah, did you see that church, man? Damn, it makes me want to get married here. And I've never said that out loud before, golly. I'm falling in love with this town. And it's our first full day here.
Putting the flag back on the tuk-tuk.
Sem obrigado. That is it, ladies and gentlemen, riding on out of Belo Horizonte. En route to Serra do Cipó. But every time I say that, I'm going there to some Brazilian, they don't understand what I'm referring to. My accent still is a work in progress. Yo. Obrigado. A little roadside stop. The tuk-tuk just parked up in the shade. Patty's just literally sleeping. And I believe this is like the roadside combo of Brazil, right? Caldo de cana, the cheese legends, and we've got, I believe, what's called a coxinha, and then a cheese pastel and a meat pastel. I haven't had one of these since entering in Brazil again. And the first time I was here, I wasn't a big fan, but we're giving it a go again. Why did I not like that the first time? That's good. See the chicken and the cheese? And it's just like a potato ball, I think. Maybe it's the Minas Gerais effect, right? Where everything in this state, food-wise, is just so good. Right, being the best coxinha of my life. We're gonna go 8 out of 10 on that. All the cheese is sunk to the bottom, like the top half of the pastel. Most pastels are just like an air pocket of dough. Oh, that's good. Cheese pastel, 8 out of 10. God damn it, I love Brazil. Potato and meat pastel. There's like no filling, but it's still pretty good. We're gonna go like a 7 out of 10 on that. Saw that little sign from the road and thought, yeah, that's me for lunch. That was good. Giga patus. Buenos dias, patus. Giga patus. I'll give you water. You want water, hey? Hey, you had all the water that you could drink and now you're just chilling. Chilling. Chilling, baba. Good girl. Love your little toes. The way they stick out of the tuk-tuk like that. Alright, ready to get back on the road? Like, I'm so in love with where we are right now. We found more local roads. We got some great Portuguese, Brazilian music playing. And I can't complain. This is a wild song, by the way. We haven't been overtaken in like the last half an hour. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Hey, big tongue. And we're just on route to some waterfalls. How good's today? How good's the three-wheel dream, man? Not just Brazil, but yeah, every day on this trip. out. There you go. Bring. Look at this, Pats. I can't even pronounce that town, unfortunately. Jaboticubicatuba. This is absolutely incredible. Come, hey, Patsy, come, Bubba. This is a beautiful church, and the road just turned to cobblestone as well for some reason, like directly in the center of the town. You always never know what you're gonna get on Brazilian roads, where the asphalt was so clean, so well put together, and then you just don't realize that you're gonna be on a dirt road until you're kind of on it. Scenery is pretty epic. I guess this is what I receive for not kind of just driving interstate roads all the time, right? We're just going into the nitty gritty of each culture of basically every country we're in.
Com cabelos cor de mel singela, seu nome é Mabel, é uma menina cheia de vida. Se vamos para a praia, não esquece a sandália e se olha pro céu. Se pudesse organizava a estrela. Se a casa está vazia um dia, também vou ficar e te ver crescer.
Big horse there. So this is actually my route to the waterfalls of Serra de Cipo, but it's also my route north. Like, I think if the waterfall didn't exist, I would still be going this way, and then I'm gonna divert to the coast kind of soonish. In the next couple of days, I mean. But yeah, it just bewilders me, right? That sometimes, I've said it before, sometimes Brazil is like just out of nowhere, zero infrastructure, take it. But like 99% of the time, it's just got like the fastest internet in South America, fast food chains from the United States even, kind of everywhere you go. It's an interesting contrast. Not that I'm complaining. This is very beautiful and nice. And quite a tuk-tuk friendly road, but yeah, there's quite a bit of traffic on the road as well. It's still kind of a regular highway. Touch wood. Oh my gosh. We're shaking like anything. It feels like the tuk-tuk's got zero suspension. By the way, I've combined a total of 40,000 kilometers between two tuk-tuks, and I've never once got a punctured tire. And you see the roads that we drive. We drive on the shoulders of highways, dirt roads, muddy roads. Tuk-tuk tires actually go pretty swell. First time I went into a panaderia, or padaria they call it in Brazil, a bakery, and not walk out with bread. We found a frozen acai, a very frozen acai. So we'll eat that down the way a little bit, but yeah, we're making decent time. I really wanted to get to the waterfalls today because it's just so hot. The humidity's really picked up, but I think that same humidity is causing this big kind of storm cloud to form. So we are heading towards the sunlight here, but yeah, we might not have the right weather to do the waterfall today. It might be a tomorrow morning's job before we hit the road again. We might have found a place to sleep with the storms kind of imminent. We're waiting to see if we can get accepted. Good patience, Miss Potts. The owner of this posada is coming now to let me know the price and if they accept dogs and all the rest. Never mind, that place is, I don't know if they were gringo pricing me, but I just it was one like very simple basic room, no aircon, not that that's necessary, but I'm trying to justify the price in my head. 270 reais, kind of crazy, without breakfast. So we just, I don't know. And this was on the outskirts of the city, so we can get closer into the town and like be amongst the vibes. Righto, we got in just before the rain. So he said 250 reais for this one, which would, it's already like kind of made. And I told him like, because that would be then the most expensive place. I've never spent more than 200 reais on a room before. So I was like, I've been in much nicer places for a lot less on this trip. And he said, I said, give it to me for 200. And he said, this one's 200. Does it come with a dog? No. I put her in there because this is our room. But he said this one's already ready. So it comes equipped with all of the furniture already on the bed. But we're just sleeping in this little single bed. Yeah, I feel like it's been a big day, but we really only drove 100 kilometers, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the journey just getting more difficult by the day. I don't know why. I've driven 300 kilometers in a day before in other countries. I don't know, Brazil takes it out of me, I think. There's just been more traffic to pay attention to, and there's a bit of dirt roads. We did some drone flying. We left at 10 a.m. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know, Belo Horizonte just is a difficult city, a big city to get out of. Anyway, we did it. How about that? Anything to add, Miss Putz? Patters, what do we got, Patters? Does Patty have to get a patty tax? I think there's always a patty tax on hotel room pizza. We got a delivery, didn't we, Miss Potts? A little bit of cheese and ham. Good job, Baba. It's a very comfortable stay. We are leaving now. So the whole like reason we stayed here basically was to visit the waterfall this morning. Absolutely pelted down with rain all morning. I went and checked with Pats on a little walk that we did already, just going to the information desk, and just like yesterday, the rain has caused the river level to rise to a dangerous swimming level. So usually it's like a 60 reais entry, but today it's on a promotion of only 40 reais because you can't swim like you can usually on normal days. So we're not going to go and pay 40 reais to just see them with my eyes. I actually flew the drone from the house, got to kind of film the waterfall from above. Another thing to add, that waterfall that was paid entry doesn't allow pets. And Patty's not feeling too well. Hey? What's happening? You just been eating grass all morning? I've had her kind of just out free, and she still has decided to push her food all around the room and scatter it all on the floor. Eh? So I don't think you want to even have breakfast this morning. Is that what you're saying? You're okay. You're okay. You don't know what to do with yourself. You don't know if it's gonna rain. If you want to be nervous, you don't know if it's gonna thunder. You're just happy to be here. Hey, the Patters. Gotta take care of you. Gotta take care of you. Free, 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 free. Yeah, get zoomies, get zoomies. Come on, free, 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 free. Get zoomies, free. Yeah, it's so free, free, free. That's it. Place. Yeah. Patters. Hola, Patters. What do we have here? We've got a feijoada. That is an epic plate from Brazil. Just parked up the tuk-tuk. So while we've been here, we've made the decision that we're actually going to leave Serra de Sipo and go to Milo Verde to do all the kind of waterfall chasing and exploration there, doing all the hiking there. The national park here is closed. the only waterfall that accepts dogs here is like on a dirt road away from the main road here. So we're gonna make the most of this morning of rain-free weather. There's apparently like the whole afternoon is going to be raining, so we just kind of want to get on the road. We've got about 6 hours of travel between resting and obviously letting Pats walk around as well as driving. 5-6 hours of travel to get to our Airbnb, and then while we're there we're just going to do all the adventuring. So we've gotten a fat plate ready to just chomp that down and basically hit the road. Incredible, man. Hey, the patches. What is there to be patty taxed? I don't know if I can give you any of this. I better be safe than sorry. You're feeling unwell, so I'm not going to give you just a sausage with beans mix. Look at that, legends. We're gonna get one of these each. Qual é bom? É isso, é mesmo, né?
É porque esse é com amendoim, esse é só doce de leite puro.
Puro. Uou.
Com abacaxi.
Aham, abacaxi.
Esse aqui é com abacaxi.
Sério? Wow. That's cool, man. E que tem abacaxi? Doce de leite?
Com abacaxi.
Com abacaxi. Obrigado. Wow. Hey, Patches, what do we have here? We got a little chicken empanada. A Brazilian empanada. They look a bit different to what we've seen in other countries on the travel. So anyway, with that. Desculpa, senhor. Obrigado, amor. Quer uma? Quer uma? Okay. So anyway, she divvied up a pack of what they have is caramel, dulce de leche, and then you've got abacaxi, which is pineapple. Damn. Que bom. They were just driving past filming. This is really good. This is really good. And then on top of that, we got like flavored peanuts.
Por exemplo, vai vir da Argentina, pai? Vai vir da Argentina?
Sam,
Aí é top, hein?
these are not great peanuts. Anyway, we're getting back on the road. They're a bit old. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the historical center of Cerro. It's taken us all day to get here, like 120 kilometers. We did leave at midday, but golly, towns in this region love to keep their main street and center as like antique as possible. Like the architecture and obviously the cobblestone road all kept the same. And look at these speed bumps. They're mountains. The colonial architecture, look at that just tool shop. And you know, we're leaving the town when it turns back to asphalt. Skinny main street, to be honest, for two-way traffic. But anyway. To the beam, to the beam. We've got about 30 kilometers to go till we get to Milo Vergi. I thought I'd be getting there at 6 p.m. It probably looks like we'll get there at 7 p.m. It's my brother, the long lost tuk-tuk brother. The closest thing you find to a tuk-tuk like mine in Brazil, ladies and gentlemen. Like, look at this insane mountain right here. Fortunately, Milo Vergi is like a very unused route. So there's like no traffic. But there are big hills. Legends, we made it, didn't we, Miss Parts? Just unpacked the tuk-tuk. The house is beautiful, but the view is even more gorgeous. Unfortunately, we haven't seen it yet, but I'll show it off tomorrow morning when we do a little bit of a house tour. There you go. Yeah, you're all better? Great. She's at least fixed a kind of stomach issue. What is life, man? Why do I stay in cities, Paddy? Why are we ever in cities? This is cheaper than a city. I just went and bought pound of cajou and eggs. I'm gonna cook that up in a sec right here. This is so peaceful. And I just remember the throwback to the bonfire kind of cook up happening outside my apartment the night before we left Belo Horizonte. I'm like, yeah, it's not the safest place in the world, obviously. Big cities throughout Brazil sometimes. So yeah, it's just so peaceful here. You got none of those issues. What are you looking at, Miss Bunce? What are you checking out? This is literally our view from the kitchen table as we're just getting the editing done, sipping on some mate. How you doing? We just went for a big walk as well. My stuff's everywhere. This used to be a jacuzzi, I believe, but it's not working anymore. That's fine. This whole house is about $30 US a night. So, humble kitchen, nice fridge, Paddy's bed. This a very comfortable sleep last night. One's a storeroom. I guess this is the a second Airbnb, I guess, in the back there, but nobody's staying with us. Like, they're all vacant. This one's just a toilet, and then we've got a nice kind of shower, don't we, Miss Potts? If you've been to Brazil, 95% chance you've definitely showered under one of these bad boys before. So you've got an electric shower. This is more like a pricier, fancier one. You know that by the kind of square look and the fact that you're able to apparently dial in the temperature. Here's the switch for the heat to be off and on. This kind of controls the electricity as well. So you can have a shower without electricity passing. You just won't get hot water, obviously. This is the water level. And for some reason, you kind of do have two little taps, but one doesn't work. Everything is controlled by this. And I usually just never touch that. It's on full heat, and I can show you with this tap how you change the temperature. So first off, you're gonna kind of turn it on, and you can hear it already running with the electricity. There's a different sound. If I was to turn this, where water's still coming out, but right now you can hear that there's no electricity being passed through because it's not currently working. So there's a little bit of flow. But when I first got to Brazil, I thought, hang on, why is my hot shower not working? And I would dial it all the way to the kind of hottest temperature, and it would be fully cold. And that's because to have the hottest possible shower, you need to turn it to where the electricity stops, and just on that edge, you turn it slightly just so the electricity is coming out, boom. That's the least amount of water pressure, meaning there's less water for the electricity to do its thing and heat it up. And that's the way you can get the hottest shower. So you have to kind of just barely turn the shower on where you can hear the electricity passing. And then you know that it's perfect when you can't turn it to the right anymore. You can't turn it off without turning off the electricity. So that's how you get the hottest shower. This kind of temperature gauge is just BS because you can change the temperature by more water flow, colder water. and then just turning off the tap, it turns off the electricity completely. Sometimes you have on the wall another on-off switch for the electricity, but not in this case. Hopefully you legends experience some hot water showers while you're in what they call the Widowmaker, meaning the deathly electrical water showers. Breakfast of Champions, Miss Parts. I've already tried this. I think it was described to me as like a corn cake. It's kind of half savory or just slightly sweet, and it's got cinnamon and it's freaking incredible. And you can definitely taste the corn in it. Well, that's it. That's a very happy Ryan. We're exporting one video, ready to go film for the next one. There we go. That's the outside view of the Airbnb perched up. And we kind of do sit on the outskirt of the town, but it's like really like a 6-7 minute walk to get to the center. And there's apparently, I've just been told by the Airbnb host, he's given us a bunch of recommendations, but one is that there's a little market stall, little market fair happening in the center right now. So we're gonna go visit that and then go to the waterfall, take a break from editing now that we've got that export happening back home. I'll walk back around the other way in a sec. Two things, my Portuguese definitely needs to be polished up on, because what I thought was gonna be a market is actually a wedding. And the community small town vibes, we've got a couple of bars either side of the road that I guess are the kind of, is it called a reception? I've never been to a wedding in my life. Just shows how little we've lived, right? So the town is gorgeous. I'm gonna show it off as we do head to the waterfall. I don't think I'm gonna stick around here. I do feel a bit out of place. But yeah, looking out in front of me, there is a little school and then even like a community soccer pitch, full field, goalposts and nets. This whole place is pretty magical. Just seeing it, it kind of brought a tear to my eye, just like the beautiful little small town vibe, and that we just get to experience it along the way.
Você vai saber de qualquer jeito. Anjo, ânimo, suave ou fatal. O que de grande amor.
Wow, there is a bit of a market actually. Tudo lindo. Desculpa, pode sacar uma foto? Pode sacar?
Fica à vontade.
Obrigado.
Esses são os balãozinhos que nós fazemos na mão. São feitos aqui.
Uau, uau, uau.
As bacias são plantadas
Que lindo tudo. Fecha a que hora?
Amanhã?
Não, hoje.
Às 18.
18?
Isso.
Eu vou votar. I believe this is the one butcher in the entire town, so we do want to get a bit of meat so that we cook tonight. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We're turning around. We've just gotten told it's like a 2-kilometer walk to the waterfall there. But it's definitely raining. Obrigado, deixa ela entrar. Cuidado. He just served us up a shot of some type of beverage. Literally just as we turned around, it started to rain heavy. So anyway, cheers. I think it's a sipping alcohol spirit. It's good. I just don't drink. I'm falling in love with this town. And it's our first full day here. That's beautiful.
Tem que botar PDV.
That beverage was a cachaça. That's what they used to make caipirinhas. He was a nice guy, nice owner, to just let Patty in the bar like that with the amount of rain that there was. So it's looking clear ahead for a kind of blue sky for us to get to the waterfall. Free.
Package. He tears it open with his claws, and they're very...
Great work, little one. I do indeed love watching little one's mind work. As we step down here, she just problem solved the way across that big river, didn't you, Miss Potts? So we've even passed 2 big waterfalls. We haven't really seen anyone either. The rain had a big army of people pass us on the way here, but 3 p.m, pretty perfect. Where's this next waterfall, eh? She hates rushing, gushing water, so she's really done well today. You pushed your fears? No, that's a bit stagnant. Vamos. Drink someone else. Drink somewhere else. So I've made it now to the main waterfall. There is a couple of people swimming, so we're gonna leave Miss Potts kind of tied off to the only stable point that there is. So she's not too close to the water. She's gonna chill. I'm just gonna have a quick bath and then we'll get out of here. I'm third wheeling, so the quickest of dips. And this little waterfall behind me is just a couple and me, and we're just like in and out. We'll get back before this kind of imminent storm does happen. We have found a little weather window and Miss Potts is just like legit just chilling. Alright, I'm on my way, Pats. You're not gonna die, you're not gonna die. You're okay. Vamos. Up. Up. You can do it. Follow me. There you go. This is literally just the type of stuff you see when walking through this town. Oh my gosh. This is the cutest little thing I've ever seen. We made it. 3 minutes before they closed. Relax, buddy. Tudo bem, meu? You're loca, Patrice. You're loca. Your friends come with us. This 600 grams of steak was about $5-6 US. Impressive stuff. Hey, Miss Potts. Beautiful town. Oh my goodness, how did I not see that? Party, there is a bit of magic in this town.